All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel and giving me some likes and hearts and shares and everything. Tonight, I want to touch on this $5 million lawsuit thing that's going towards Donald Trump. You know, it says a jury found that Donald Trump was not a rapist, but liable for battery to the tune of $5 million. That's a little bit, wouldn't you say? I mean, that's too much for a battery charge. Come on. You know, I believe these people will start coming out of the woodwork, and you're going to see more of them. You know, why didn't she tell us this in 2015? Why? Why? You know, a jury found Donald Trump liable Tuesday for sexually abusing advice columnist Jean Carroll. You know, that was in 1996, awarding her $5 million in a judgment, you know, that could haunt the former president in his campaign and in his race towards the White House. So how is it going to haunt him whenever, I don't know how many women came out last time and he still won? You know, and I also wonder who's actually paying this person, you know, to make this accusation and, you know, put their butt on the line, you know. Oh, man. If it's for the Dems, you know, they can keep her out of prison, but you know, ain't that something? So you think about that. If the Democrats are paying her, you know, with our tax money, you know, and telling her to say all this stuff and everything like that to try to discredit him. It didn't work last time. I don't think it's going to work this time either. You know, the verdict was announced in the federal courtroom in New York City, city of all liberals, you know, on the first day of the jury deliberation. What? On the first day? You know, they rejected her claim that she was raped, but found Trump liable for sexually abusing her. What kind of evidence do they have? I want to see this evidence, you know. It's all hearsay. You know, so, you know, I mean, they're just going to say that she said it, okay, it's true, blah, 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 and make everybody say, okay, yeah, it's true. You know, hours earlier, the U.S. District Judge Lewis A. Kaplan read instructions on the law to the 9-person jury before the panel began, you know, discussing Carroll's allegations of the battery and the defamation. You know, it was all shortly before noon. Trump did not even go to the trial because he's not going to put up with little garbage like that. You know, he never ever sexually assaulted Carroll or even knew her. So that's what he said, you know. And this guy told the jurors that the first question on the verdict form was to decide whether they think there is more than 50% chance that Trump raped Carroll inside a store dressing room. Come on, man, put two and two together. You know, Trump could have all of his clothes brought to him, or he can even have a seamstress come up there, measure him, and have his clothes made. I mean, come on, in a dressing room, you know. And he said if they if they answered yes to any of these questions, they would then decide whether the compensatory and a punitive damages should be awarded. I don't think anything should be awarded myself, you know. But if they answered no to the rape question, they would decide if Trump was subjected her to lesser forms of assault, you know, involving forcible touching to degrade her or gratify his sexual desire. Okay. Now, why would he trade in? Like I say before, trade in his lobster for a rat. He's not stupid, believe me. He didn't get where he's at by being stupid. You know, on a defamation claim stemming from a statement Trump made on his social media last October, Kaplan said jurors needed to be guided by a higher level standard, or legal standard, you know, clear and convincing evidence. I don't see any. He's not presenting anything to me. You know, he said that they would have to agree, you know, it was highly probable that Trump's statement was false and was maliciously with deliberate intent to injure or out of hatred or ill will with reckless disregard for Carroll's rights. I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't get all this, you know. Trump said he's not going to speak until after the trial, whatever the outcome may be, you know. You know, in a very real sense, Donald Trump is this is what this lady said. He said he's a witness against himself, she said. He knows what he did, which was nothing. and he knows he sexually assaulted this Carol lady, Jean Carroll. And she's 79 years old. She testified that, he had a chance. She had a chance encounter with Trump at the Bergdorf Goodman store across the street from Trump Tower. She said that it was a light-hearted, listen to this crap now, interaction in which they teased each other. Really? Come on. Teased each other by trying on a piece of lingerie. I don't think Trump tries on lingerie. Before Trump became violent inside a dressing room. So she went from being right here at the counter to inside the dressing room. Let's think about that, I think she's lying right through her little odd-looking night clothes. So, anyway, she can't even recall when the encounter was with Trump. It's making my nose itch, damn it. Trump's defense attorney, he told the jury that Carol made up the claims after hearing about a 2012 Law and Order episode in which a woman is raped in the dressing room of a lingerie section on a Bergdorf, whatever that name is, Goodman store. They modeled their secret scheme on an episode of one of the most popular shows on television. So if they're going to do all this stuff, make it at least real. My goodness. Think about all what she said and everything. So, I'm flabbergasted. I'm blown out. I'm blown up, blown away. The whole works about all this, how this crap happens. And then the mainstream media, all of these liberal left stations and everything, they hit that hard. They hit it real hard. I want to see Tucker Carlson get on this one. Heck, I tell you what, I want to see him interview this lady, and see what he can bring out in her. So we'll see what happens there. If he does. So, all right, I'm going to leave you with this, guys and gals, everybody else. A wise man once asked, somebody asked a wise man this, what is anger? He gave the best answer I ever heard. It's a punishment you give to yourself for somebody else's mistake. Yeah, it's also like what is something that, you can lose but you never get rid of? And that's your temper. So you think about all that, people. Read into things. Sometimes you're right, and most of the time you're right. So I'm not going to say you're wrong, because if you read into stuff and you look at everything, pay attention, pay close attention to everything you see. Look around. That's all it takes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Flint's out.